everyone, I'm here today to share with you a little tutorial to make these envelope journals. I'm going to link the flip through of these journals below in the description box if you haven't seen them. And this is actually where we're going with this. This is the base that I made these journals from. So let me move these and let me show you how I created this. So these little journals take 3 envelopes, one for the front, one for the back, and one for a middle pocket. And what you are going to need is your favorite glue. So I'm just using some Aleene's Tacky Glue. You can use whatever wet glue works for you, or you can use double-sided tape if that is your preference. So what we need to do is just glue the flaps of 2 of these envelopes together. Now, one tip here is to make sure that you leave some space at the score line for the back envelope, because you want it to be able to easily fold over that middle one. So now that we have those glued together, we're going to glue on this portion of the back envelope. And you're going to insert it into the front cover envelope. And it will not go all the way down to the score line, but it will go down far enough. And then these envelopes have a tape on them. And then in order to seal everything together, you put some glue on that flap and bring it around to the front, or bring it around to the back, I guess. So there we go. That's the base of that envelope. So you've got an opening here, you've got one here, and you've got one at the back. So that's the base of these. Now, a few things that you'll want to consider is how you're going to make the base of this a little bit more sturdy, because they're just envelopes, of course. So I've used cardstock on the front inside and the back inside of this one. On this one, I did the same thing on the front inside and back inside, and then I've also added cardstock to the back. So these are, even with those strengthening of that cardstock, these are not journals that you're going to be able to, take in and out of your purse a lot. So they're probably something that you're going to want to leave at home for notes and lists. So what you can do with these is add space for journaling. So let me show you where we are here. So this is a signature that I've added in between the first envelope and the middle envelope here. So that's what that is. This is the middle envelope, and I've cut that on the side. And if you remember, on the larger journal, I cut it across the top. So that's this envelope, and you just cover it with cardstock. And then I've added a second signature on this side, and that's what that is. And then I've left the front envelope, front and back envelopes open for tuck spots. So you can see where I have added my holes to add my signatures there. And then I've opened it up to the back and I've added those there. Okay, so you can see, yes, they are very close together. I think you can tell. Can you tell? See how close they are here. So that is why on this one I have added some strength to the spine, because I wanted to make sure that because they're so close together that they weren't going to rip. So you can do that, or you can leave it plain like I've done with this one, whatever ends up working for you. These would make not only journals, so that you could put maybe one signature in the front or the back and leave the rest as envelopes, maybe add some pockets. It could be a folio or a flip book that you would add some fun things for a crafty friend to send to them. Or a journal, as I've done. Now, one of the things that you'll want to consider is, if you're making it into a journal, how many pages are you going to add? Because again, these are not really strong. I mean, they're strong enough, but I've added 3 pages folded for 12 sides in each signature. So I would say you probably don't want to add any more than about 5 pages folded. And then once you've kind of made this base and decided how you're going to set it up, whether you're going to put signatures on both sides or use it as a flip book, and of course you can decorate it in whatever theme you are planning. And that's really it. That is how simple these little journals were to make. This is what we've just made, and I would add my holes here and my holes here, and I could have another quick little journal. They would make great gifts. They would make great Valentine's Day themed mini books or flip books, folios to send to your friends. And I think that's everything. Let me just make sure I've considered everything I wanted to tell you. So if you have any questions about this, please let me know, and thanks for joining me.